Well, hello everyone. This is Dr. Mike Chu of Physical Therapist. Hey, today we've got a special guest, Will Parker of Medbridge. We'll be back in a few seconds, okay? All right, we are back here at Jerry Have Physical Therapy. Hey, if you need continuing education units, check out medbridge.com. Use the code alternative. You get a special discount. So check it out, medbridge.com. But without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in our special guest for today. His name is Will Parker. He's the Partner Development Manager and the affiliate program for Medbridge. And he's the one who helps us succeed in Medbridge. We're going to ask him who he is, what does he do. I've interviewed him several times. I interviewed some of his colleagues at Medbridge and, of course, some of the speakers and everything like that. And we would like to know what is Medbridge is all about and how can they help us both as a patient, as a clinician, and also as a business. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in Will Parker. What's up, Will? Long time no see,
Hey,
man.
long time no see. Thanks for having me, Mike.
I
I
haven't seen
appreciate
you
it.
in forever, man. So I'm used to
I know.
seeing that other dude. I don't even know his name, you know.
Jeff, you can't forget Jeff. He's the
I know,
best.
right? Good looking kid, you know. So I saw him at the APTA CSM. A good guy. You got a good booth there, man. Amazing booth there.
Yeah, we really do it well at conferences. Everyone that goes to our conferences is just the best. People that work at Medbridge are the best.
And the
Um,
treasure hunting, man, is very interactive. So
yeah, we thought of that. We were trying to think of something to kind of get people engaged in something different with our booth. And so Jeff and I and a couple others kind of put our heads together and thought of a treasure map kind of hunting situation, and it seemed like it worked pretty well.
yeah, you gotta be, you gotta be different. You're competing with other booths there too, and you gotta stand out. So well,
Yeah,
let's go back to our main topic, man. Could you please tell me again who you are, what do you do, and what is Medbridge, man? So
yeah, for sure. So I can give you a little background on me. So I grew up in the Pacific Northwest. I played basketball at Seattle Pacific University. And then after graduating, I jumped into my family's branded merchandise business, Rain City Promotions, building client relationships with companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Starbucks. And then in 2021, right in the middle of COVID, an opportunity with Medbridge kind of came about, and I took a leap into healthcare SaaS, really. And I've been here for almost 5 years, which is crazy to think about. Um, Outside of work, I'm married to my wife Sarah, and we have a son named Owen, and he's almost 15 months old, and he's just the best. And I actually just got back from a trip from Japan, which was absolutely incredible.
no way, Japan, man.
Yeah,
Arigato.
yeah,
Arigato to all the people who are watching. Sayonara, right? Well, so I mean, so all those single women are now disappointed, man. So
I
you know,
yeah, happily married.
between you and me and the people who are watching, I can see like 28 people watching. So, but every time I go live and there's a good looking guy and all these friends of mine from the back home, hey, who's that guy you interviewed? Could you introduce him? Dude, these are married guys. I just reach out to them. So anyway, you know who are my followers, right? So they're looking for good looking people like you, right? So tell me what Medbridge is. So what are the
Yeah,
services that you guys provide and everything? So
yeah, absolutely. So MedBridge is a digital education and engagement platform focused on healthcare professionals. And we have really two main pillars of our business. The first is on the education side. So MedBridge supports clinicians across physical therapy, occupational therapy,
she
speech
told me,
language.
man, some people are like, next time though. Said next time, man, maybe put some little filter on, right? We're good, man. So thank you for
And
those people who are watching. I appreciate you guys. So
I appreciate
right,
it.
I'll let you go back to your spiel, man.
No, you're good. um, but yeah, athletic training, nursing, and more with a library of over 3,000 CEU courses, all recognized in every state. And the beauty of it is everything is online. So whether you're, on your couch at 10 p.m., in between patients, or on a flight, as long as you have Wi-Fi, you can kind of knock out some CEUs. We have live webinars, podcasts, that count towards your hours, prep programs. It's all there kind of whenever you need it and when it's easy for you to complete those hours. The other pillar is on the patient care side. This is kind of where we really separate ourselves. Clinicians can build and fully customize home exercise programs and send them directly to their patients. And we have a library of I believe it's over 8,000 exercises and templates for them to pull from now. On top of that, there are patient education resources that help patients really understand their condition and stay engaged throughout their recovery and in between visits. I know that when I was in college and I got injured and I went and saw our athletic trainer, our physical therapist, I'd just get that printed handout. I'd look at it, the exercise I'm supposed to do, and then it would take a seat in the back of my car. So I know I really could have used the Medbridge app and being able to communicate really easily with my physical therapist or athletic trainer just so I could get better quicker. I think just at a high level, our goal is just to help providers stay current and help improve in patient outcomes. And then I guess my role here at Medbridge specifically, I'm the partner development manager, like you mentioned. I co-manage the program with another guy, Jeff, who we've also talked about. He's the best. We have a network of about 450 plus healthcare professionals, educators, content creators who are promoting Medbridge to their community and their audiences. My job is just to help those partners succeed, get them set up, keep them engaged, informed with what's going on, and just kind of get them the tools they need to be successful and be their kind of go-to person here at Medbridge.
Cool. Well, there are a lot of people commenting there, so thank you very much for those people who are watching live, and of course, if you're on a replay, comment replay. So Will, you talking about the different professions, right? You got PT, you got OT, you got speech, and ATC. Aside from that, is there any other professions that Medbridge serve?
Yeah, we also serve rehab nurses. If you go to our website, you can go on there and see. We also are really starting to grow in CSCS as well. We are really trying to make a jump into students and getting in there earlier and helping them. We have student subscriptions, and which when you're a Medbridge affiliate, you can offer discounts to students if you've an audience of students. So we're really trying to grow. We're trying to expand into Australia as well, and hitting physiotherapy over there. But CSCS is a major focus for us right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's an untapped market because I think you really honed down on rehab professionals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think Medbridge. I've already known Medbridge since I was working in the nursing home. Uh, you know, 2010, 2011. I've already subscribed to it, and
Mm-hmm.
not until recently because I've met Will and Jeff and everybody, and it really evolved, right? Especially during COVID. That's where we all connected, man. Right? During COVID, and it
Yeah.
just blew up. With all these new instructors. The
Mm-hmm.
instructors in Medbridge, ladies and gentlemen, are amazing. For dementia care, you got Tipa Snow. All the big wigs of the rehab world are in Medbridge teaching there. So, plus the home exercise program. I really like the home exercise program at Medbridge because you can add your own information. You can actually add your own videos, but I like it that there's already a preloaded video there. It doesn't have to be me, and it doesn't have to be those stick figures, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
We all started, if you were a practicing clinician for a while, most of us, we know those stick figure home exercise program. This one, you could personalize it, put your patient information. Of course, they'll have their own portal and you can actually interact there. It's like a mini EMR already. You can communicate with your patients there. You can send messages. You can see and track their progress. And this is where Medbridge stands out. You can also do RTM, remote therapeutic monitoring, in Medbridge. This is the new opportunity that we've seen that is really a low hanging fruit when it comes to therapy providers. We're so used to providing therapeutic exercise, gait training manual, but insurances and Medicare specifically has allowed us to use this, They allowed us to use telehealth and at the same time remote therapeutic monitoring. What does it mean? You're remotely monitoring the patient therapeutically by exercising. We're already doing it. We're reminding the patient to exercise. Why not learn how to build it? And MedBridge has the capability to do it and track if the patient is exercising or not. We're already doing it. We're tracking the patients, right, Will? And
Yeah.
why not learn how to bill it? And then MedBridge has that option there to add on your subscription. So, Will, we talked about who is MedBridge, who you are, what are the services, and then could you please tell me the what you call this the preparation exams for GCS? I forgot what you call it. What is that?
uh you do you want to talk about this, the prep programs?
Yeah, the prep programs.
Yeah, I
It's very interesting because if you go on the Facebook groups, well, for example, you want to get your GCS, your geriatric certification specialty, or your ortho specialty, most of the people there will say, of course, we'll go read the books, right? But most of them will say, check out MedBridge prep program because, I mean, yeah, there are times that you got to read, but most of us now are very visual learners and auditory learners now. So I mean, I could probably ace all my exam now if I had MedBridge, before I had to read everything, right? And so could you please tell us that those prep programs, what are the different prep programs you have?
yeah. So for physical therapists, we have the SES prep program. We have the OCS prep program. I'm just looking off my website because I don't remember those right off the top of my head. We have our GCS prep program, like you mentioned, this certified hand therapy prep program. Um, the other thing that's really cool about our prep programs is 93% of our subscribers who studied with our MedBridge certification prep programs successfully passed their board specialized tests. So they're really great for our clinicians to use to really prep for these board exams. Obviously, it speaks, our numbers, 93% passing, which is fantastic. And there's just a plethora of different exams on here, or excuse me, prep programs for our clinicians to utilize.
Amazing. So again, thank you for pointing that out. I don't want to take exam. So traumatic to me. I'm like, but I still watch it just for the CEU purposes and everything. I have a question here, Will. I know it's
Mhm.
not really off topic. Here in Tennessee, they are very strict now with the approval. I know
Mm.
before when you do a CEU from outside of this, for example, you took a CEU in somewhere in California, and then they will not honor that, even though it's
Mm.
approved by APTA California. It has to be reapproved by APTA Tennessee. How does that work with MedBridge?
You know,
Hmm.
you kind of caught me there. That's a great question. I'm not
Hmm.
exactly sure, and I don't want to kind of, fake an answer here.
Yeah,
I think you do have to get it reapproved by
I
your
know.
APTA board.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly off the top of my head that answer, so I,
Hmm.
I don't want to I don't want to just fluff something. So I'll just be honest on that.
Yeah. So because we just got that new information from APTA Tennessee that, hey, even though you take it from another state and it's approved, before it was okay.
Hmm.
Now it has to be specifically approved by by Tennessee. So people who have the MedBridge subscription, ladies and gentlemen, you got to make sure you look, if it's Tennessee approved specifically because they are getting stricter. It's for me, it's kind of fair because they're okay now with all online. There's no
Hmm.
limit to do online now here in Tennessee. Before they limit us to, I think I can't remember. Don't get me wrong. They limit it to 20 hours. Now they said, okay, no more limit as long as, even though it's online, as long as it's a live webinar. So that'll be my next question to you, man. Do you have live webinars now? Obviously, yeah,
We
right.
do, yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mentioned that earlier. We have live webinars that are available for CEU credit. We also have podcasts now as well that are available for CEU credit. So
Huh,
if you're on a plane and you download a podcast, it's available wherever you listen to your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Music.
really?
Um,
That I don't
mhm.
know, man. So it's like a pod. I mean, it's like an audio download.
Yeah, so you can listen to it on Spotify or Apple Music, kind of wherever you get your podcasts. But you can also listen to it on our website, and we have rehab and performance for physical therapists, occupational therapists. That's hosted by Phil Plisky,
Hmm.
and so it's we're trying to grow in how we're able to provide our continuing education to our clinicians, and this is just another great way. It's as big as podcasts are now, and the accessibility for our clinicians, being able to, whether you're walking outside in between patients, on a plane, being able just to pop a podcast in and earn credit for it is awesome.
So true. Yeah. Well, last question, Will. Are they eventually, I mean, will Medbridge eventually have like actual on-site and live seminars, or is that still on the books, or what? So we're
You
still
know,
waiting for that, man. So
I know
because
you're not
the
the
live
only person.
conferences are back now. So
You're not the only person that's asked that. To my knowledge, I don't know if that's coming.
mhm.
I think we're really, strong in the online world, and yeah, I haven't heard anything that we're looking to do the in person. But you're not the first person, or going to be the last that's going to ask me
Because
that.
that's going to be big. Maybe just a one big Medbridge summit, right? One
Yeah.
big Medbridge summit, and then you're not going to compete with APTA, of course. That's a different level. But
Yeah.
maybe there's one weekend Medbridge summit where, and okay, this is just specific for ortho, right? Or geriatric, or maybe the speakers from all this prep exam, and then a whole day
Hmm.
seminar. Boom. So we're happy. As a clinician, Medbridge is happy. The only
Yeah.
thing is the logistics, man. It's. I mean, I used to
Yeah.
run conferences. It becomes expensive too. Booking,
Yeah.
blocking the hotels and everything. But Medbridge can handle that.
Yeah, no, for sure. It definitely gets expensive. We don't have a physical office. We're a fully remote company,
Wow.
but we're technically based here in Washington State,
Mhm.
and we do have some offices that we rent, and then we have our in person also here in Washington State.
Yeah, that's
So
where we record our
exactly,
lectures, right? With the black white background and everything, right? So,
exactly,
well,
exactly.
anyway, thank you very much, Will. I appreciate you. I know you're very busy there, but where can they find you? Do you have any email, your social security number, and your bank account, and your personal cell phone, man?
Yeah, I mean, if people have any interest in joining the affiliate program, probably the easiest way and is just to find me on LinkedIn. Search Will Parker Medbridge. You can reach out to me directly, and I'll personally, walk you through how it works, and would love to connect with anyone that is interested.
Cool, cool. Well, again, thank you very much, Will. Appreciate you. I'll see you around. Be awesome, be great, be excellent, ladies and gentlemen. But before I forget, always remember the word fast, FAST, letter F. Find people that will bring out the best in you because you are the average of the five people you hang out with. Today, I hang out with Will. I feel like I want to be an affiliate, right? If you want to be affiliate, talk to Will about it. Okay, next letter, take action. Letter A is take action. All this stuff that we're doing is not going to do me good. It's not even going to do Will good if you don't take action. Take action. Reach out to him, ask him about Medbridge, ask him about the affiliate links. And next letter is letter S. Share and subscribe. The more shares, the better. And last but not least is letter T is teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, just like what Medbridge is doing, just like what Will is doing, you're actually understanding it more. Again, thank you very much. Be awesome, be great, be excellent. And I'll see you in the next episode of our Jerry Hab Show.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows